The UK's Prime Minister stepped down already? I was on Get Up DC longer than that. I worked at McDonald's longer than that. Welcome to Open Mic. We like to start the show with a few stories or a hot take on a story you're not likely to see anywhere else. I'm from gorgeous Prince George's, and now I spill the tea in DC, so you know these jokes come from a place of love, if in fact my ability to love hadn't been destroyed in my 20s. Let's start things out in Rockville, where Washington Commanders fan Drew Shipley won a $14,000 raffle from the team, but claims the check for his winnings bounced.
Drew Shipley won more than $14,800 in the Commanders' 50-50 raffle during the team's Week 1 win back on September 11th. Shipley said after more than a month had passed without being paid as prize money, he twice tweeted the team asking for his winnings, then called his ticket rep demanding the team make good. A $14,822 check arrived at Shipley's home from the Commanders last Thursday. Shipley deposited the check and this morning found out the Commanders' check bounced.
First of all, I want to say Eric Flack's enunciation is A1. If I'm Jason Wright, I say, hey, it's a 50-50 raffle. That means your chance of getting paid, 50-50. They really sent that man a check that said Spalding on it. That check had more rubber than a monster truck tire. Now, I know we're not openly listening to R. Kelly anymore, but that check was like, bounce, 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 bounce. Full disclosure, the team did eventually make good on payment, blaming it on a bank error. And every person on earth who's ever paid rent late knows that excuse. It doesn't work. I know. I've tried. Now, the Commanders just can't get right. Somebody hit them with the Seeley curse from Color Purple, like, until you do right by me, everything you even think about is going to crumble. As somebody that's had the Seeley curse put on them by multiple people. I'm just glad Drew Shipley got his money, although I would have loved to have seen this on Judge Mathis. I would pay good money to see Judge Mathis call Dan Snyder a crackhead on daytime TV. I know crack when I see crack. A new study from communications company Windstream showed that Patrick Bateman from American Psycho is the most searched horror movie villain in DC and Virginia, with Candyman reigning supreme in Maryland. Now, don't ask me to say that man's name 4 more times. I saw the movie. I know exactly what happens. And let me clarify, the original Candyman, not the remake. Oh, you got me. You got me. All right, so that's 2. Name redacted makes sense in Maryland, but Patrick Bateman in DC and Virginia? Over Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, UMBC? Too soon? Hey, y'all won the chip since then. Patrick Bateman being number 1 lets me know how this area feels about all the type A personalities here. In DC, a serial killer overachiever, it's pretty on brand. We all have that one boss or coworker who's just a little too focused. Folks leave the staff meeting like, hey, somebody is locked in his crawl space. The good news is DC and Virginia can say their choice's name out loud without bees appearing and somebody with a hook coming to kill them. Now, I'm down to my last 2 Candyman references after this story, so pray for me. Let's head to Prosser, Washington State for this next story, where city officials removed a Halloween contest display from City Hall showing a giant Karen wearing a T-shirt that reads, "Can I speak to the manager?" after complaints from residents who found it offensive. Hold up. A giant Karen was taken down by actual Karens? No, Twilight Zone and Next Door have aligned in an amazing way. This is the ultimate passive-aggressive Yelp review. Now, I love that these people don't see the irony in this. Somebody named Mike Ray Carell replied to the city's Facebook post about the giant Karen, writing, "I found the city of Prosser display tasteless, disrespectful, hurtful, totally uncalled for, childish, and mean. The city of Prosser should make a public apology to all the women in the greater Prosser area." I feel like that gentleman should probably apologize to any teachers who taught him how to write, whose first name is Karen, so that all the citizens of Prosser. That was a very unprofessional of the city of Prosser from the top down. It is the randomly capitalized words for me. I mean, bro, you tell him, Mike Ray, hold down that shift key for emphasis. Now, the story should be tragic since the Karens won, but That so-called win turned out to be an even bigger L. They need to call the manager on themselves. Let's take a trip to Longmeadow, Massachusetts for this last story, where a woman named Rory Woods tried to stop sheriff's deputies from carrying out a court-ordered eviction by unleashing a swarm of bees on them. Rory said, "Float like a squatting tenant, sting like a bee." She summoned her little yellow minions like Gru. Now, I've heard of sicking dogs on people, but bees? Here's Rory wrestling with a deputy over a box of bees, just so you know that this whole thing is real. Now, the worst part is some of those weaponized bees died from stinging officers. They deserve better. Those bees went hard like those old Under Armour commercials. "We must protect this house," which we need to bring those back, though. Those were classic. Bee swarms are a Candyman thing. She gentrified his gimmick. Wait, how many Candymans are we at? Five, six? Have I gone past it? Does it undo it if you go past it? Man, there you go, Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Y'all got to hold this L. I haven't seen Massachusetts take an L this bad since anything Fall River's ever done. My favorite story, the Commanders check bouncing like a trampoline, but honorable mention to Washington State Karens for keeping us company in name and in shame.